my beautiful blue babes, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, we have a little bit of a different setup today. I kind of have more of a tutorial, you can say. Sorry if the angle's a little funky. I had to play around with it because I have another camera set up here so you guys can see kind of closer up of what I'm doing. But this is like the best I can do right now. I'm still playing around with stuff, so hopefully it's not too weird. But yeah, we're gonna be doing resin art today, as you guys can tell from the title. Hold on, forgot my hair was a mess. Alright, so today, like I said, as you guys can see, we are doing resin art. I have the stuff set up in front of me and I'll show you real quick of what I will be using today. Of course, the main thing you guys should get is resin. I actually can't remember where I picked this up from, but I think it was Michael's if I remember correctly. I normally get resin from probably somewhere like Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff like that, but they had a deal where I was able to use a coupon and it just ended up being better price overall. And I haven't used resin in a long time, so that was great. I have cups, of course. You need mixing cups. It's kind of like necessary if you want to do resin at all, because if you have worked with resin before, you know that there are two parts. So you mix those two parts equally and you get the whole thing, but I'll explain all that. And then we have our white paint here that I'm going to be using. I just got some old brushes because my cups are smaller. I'll just be using the ends of these to mix. I have my blow dryer for what we will be doing. I have gloves this time. First few times I used it, I didn't use gloves because I just didn't feel like it. I normally don't like using gloves, but you should use gloves when you're doing resin. These are the things we will be painting on today. This little like wood holder thing and this beautiful shell I found. I think it's so pretty. We'll be doing ocean looks. Depending on how these turn out, they will both be available on my website. So make sure you guys go check it out. Link is down below. It's new, just got it open today. I have paper towels, of course, in case needed. I have this measurement thing that I'll be using to measure the resin and the epoxy. And then I have just some gold leaf in case I want to use it at all. I would recommend covering your floors up depending on where you are. I'm in my art studio right now. So I think I'm kind of good for now. But because I'm going to be mixing the resin first, I'm going to go ahead and clear my table so I have enough room to mix. Alright, so I don't have the colors that I will be using yet. I'm going to try to mix as much resin in some cups at first. It's been a while since I've worked with resin, so I don't exactly know how much. And in case if you guys see me getting up and checking something, I'm just making sure that my camera is still going because sometimes it just likes to shut off on me. So I have my gloves on, and like I said, there are two parts to resin. There is the hardener, and then there's the resin itself, which I thought the hardener was epoxy. A disclaimer about this entire video. I have not used resin in a while. I've used it before. I've watched a lot of videos, but I'm in no position to be saying this is how you do it. So I hope this is like, it's beginner friendly, I believe, but if you really want to get into it, I recommend watching other videos. That's how I learned stuff a lot. So I think you'll be good if you check out other videos, but hopefully this is still helpful. I'm just kind of going over the directions a little bit. Normally I wouldn't, but I think it'll be good just to make sure. Oh, yeah. Doesn't come with cups or anything. Yeah, so you just do equal amounts of hardener and resin. And what you could do is actually just get a measuring cup, and let's say you need a cup of the resin mix, then you can do half a cup, fill it up to half a cup of the resin, and then fill it up to the full cup of the hardener. That's how you know you got half. And you know, I actually do have something I can use that for, and I think that would be a lot easier. Okay, this is perfect. I have this old measuring cup thing. I haven't used it in a long time, so I'm gonna run and rinse this real quick because it's kind of dusty. All right, so I have what's it called? Measuring cup. Sorry. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to pour equal parts. So I'm gonna do 1/2 cup right here, 1/2 cup of the resin, and you guys will be getting a close-up of this. And then I'm going to do up to a full cup of the hardener. So I'm just going to open these. They don't have any protection things on it, which is very interesting. But the black is the hardener, the white is the... Yeah, so it's very thick. So I'm going to go ahead and pour half a cup. And I'm going to get down so I can see this. And I mean, if I have some left over, I will just... And now I'm going to do a half cup of the hardener. I put the wrong cap on, but it's fine. That's half a cup, right? It just seems like more to me. All right. And it's crazy though, because no wonder resin pieces are expensive because you use so much of it. And like you only get so much for a pretty large price. So if you're looking at resin pieces and you're like, I don't want to buy that, that's way too expensive, you're not really going to find better deals because the materials itself, just the resin alone, plus you're getting paint and all that, it's crazy. So now that we have our thing mixed, I'm going to go ahead, take the end of this old thing. Oh, by the way, which I should do right now, resin is this very strong smelling substance, so please open up a window or something of the sort. You definitely need natural air. So now that we have our resin, I know I'm going to need 3 different shades of blues because we're going to be doing an ocean scene. I'm going to get my blues. And then we're going to need a white and a tan. And I'm just going to keep it simple for this video. So these are my 3 different blues. I'm going to go ahead and pour enough for 2 paintings in here. Okay, so since we have more than enough resin, I'm going to go ahead and just pour a little bit more in each of these, and then if I don't use it, I'm going to do a different painting with it. Probably off camera for the sake of time. And I'm not even going to worry about trying to get the resin out of here. It's just going to, because it's too much to try to clean. So I'm going to get a bag and just put that in a bag. Okay, so now I have my colors. I have this orange to mix with the Prussian blue like I always do. I have this tan color, sand it's actually called. I'm just going to go ahead in with it. And then I have this turquoise that I'll probably mix with a little bit of white. And I have this turquoise pathflow, which is a little more green looking. So we're just going to go ahead in. And you just put the paint in, like that's all you have to do. Please tell me somebody else out there gets excited about colors like I do. Look at these colors. I might have to deepen this turquoise just a little bit because it's like, I don't want it to be too dramatic of a transition from the like 2 deep ones to this. But then again, I think it'll be okay. Alrighty. All of our colors are mixed, so to recap, we have a deep Prussian, turquoise pathflow, just a normal turquoise. It's kind of on the darker side, I would say. We have, sorry if you guys hear a noise, my window's open. Here we have some tan sand colors, what it's called, and just plain old titanium white. So I'm going to make sure you guys wipe off the end of your brushes, if you somewhat still care. So I'm going to move my paints back to where I got them from, or toss them. I should say, just to make sure they're closed. So I literally just did a updated studio tour, and of course then I go and switch my paint container, which I have to show you guys later. But it's great. So I'm gonna pull back up the blow dryer because we're gonna be using that very soon. I'm gonna kind of clear my area of the cups and everything. I need to cover this one cup with something so it doesn't dry out. But I'm just going to toss those over there. All right, so we have all of our colors here. Let's perfect. We're going to get some more paper towels just in case. Move these paintbrushes. I am just so good. Okay. All right, so we are going to start off with, we're going to do them both at the same time because then I can tell how much I need. I know I'm not going to need a lot for this, but this one's larger, so, you know, we want it to cover the entire bottom. Again, make sure you guys can see everything. Sorry, it's not the check. I don't have a viewfinder on this thing, so I can't really check. All right, so this method I have never done before, so I'm going to try my best to do it. Actually, I think I need those paintbrushes just in case. At least one of them. Okay, so I got these two back, just in case we need the ends of them. I was like so nervous I was stalling, but we're going to go for it. This one I'm kind of worried about the shell because it's slanted, so I don't want all of it to fall, but we are just going to go for it. Just going to do a little bit of that. But to be, again, wary of the room. Just kind of going to spread it around here a little bit and bring it up here. I do want to sit it down and see how it might actually dry. See, it kind of slants. And I don't want that, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to get this to dry right. So that's there. I'm coming with the beautiful Pathflow turquoise. You guys can see I created way too many air bubbles in some of these because I mixed either too fast or too much. But I did want to make sure they were good. Oh my gosh, look at that. You guys can barely see the transition because they're both so deep. I love my deep colors. I always get asked all the time of why I wear black. So like if you know me, you know I like the dark colors. All right, now we're going to go in with some turquoise. Again, this shell like doesn't want to, ooh, that is thick for some reason. Kind of got some here. So this one, as I said, it's a little bit of a dramatic transition. The other one was darker than I thought, but you know what? It's fine. It's all good. Just going to bring it up a little bit. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to put the white in between each layer that we did. So we're going to move some up here. You can't really see it again because it's so similar, but we're just going to pretend we know where it is. I kind of did a lot of white, but you know what? This is our first time. It's hard doing it in a smaller space. So now we're going to take my blow dryer. I'm going to turn it on. I might have to start shouting or you guys just watch me, but I'm just going to kind of blow it, give it a little blow. If you guys have seen my past videos where I have done Floetrol, it gives it this kind of wave effect. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so this painting is a little harder only because like it's smaller and this is like I said, I haven't done this in so long, especially this type of painting. This is my first time. So this one's a little messy, but I'm not going to cut this out. I'm not going to take it away because this is trial and error. And someone like me who some people might think, oh, she's so good. Like you don't get it right every time. So I'm just going to put a little bit of sand there and it's a little messy, but you know, I don't hate it for the first time. I'm going to put a little bit more blue down here. I'm sure it'll dry all nice and pretty and be shiny, you know? Hopefully. So I got to figure out a way to sit this where it doesn't move because you see now that I sit it down, it's moving forward. All right, so now that I move it around a bit, it's actually coming together quite nicely. I'm going to figure out how to sit this down before I move on to the next one, because it's moving. Okay, I think it's recording. I cannot tell. This is why. This is literally why I don't use this camera at all, but I really wanted to do something different for you guys, so we're just going to finish this real quick. Okay, you know what? I don't have my gloves anymore because I messed them up, but we just have to go in with this before it dies again. I don't know if you got clips of the other one, but we're essentially doing the same thing. I'll get a close-up of it so you guys can see it. And we're just going to make sure we use all of this resin because I don't want to waste anything. All right. So, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this type of painting on Instagram, but they make it look real easy, and it is not. I am happy with this. Like, it's cute and everything, but it's not like what I thought it would be, if you know what I mean. But that's how a lot of my paintings end up. If I have this great vision for something, it never ends up being that way, if I'm being completely honest. That's why I like painting kind of on a limb and randomly, because then it just turns out good without me feeling like I didn't make the mark. But nonetheless, I am happy with this. I think I'll add a little bit of gold leaf to this one. But this one will still dry very nicely, I think. Clean up these edges a little bit. And let me make sure. Great, I'm actually still filming. Isn't that a great surprise? So I'm going to do a little bit of this gold leaf shredded here. Since the end of my thing is already a little sticky, I'm just going to go in with this. Alright, so I don't know how that's going to dry, but you guys know I like my abstract art, so I decided to add a little something different to it than what I always see. But yeah, again, I'm happy with this one. This one's flat, so it will stay still. But I'm going to wash my hands because I have a little bit of resin on them, which is not good. And then I'm going to... Sorry, I don't know what that was. I'm going to use the rest of this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll get a close-up again for you guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it's not too terribly long, but I figured I'd go a little more in-depth. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.